I'm Will Gholston, and we on the youngest in the yacht club.
They want the money and fame. We go to the city and we don't be tucking our chain. Woke up in paradise and we live in the drain.
Youngest in the Yacht Club, I am Vince Serrano. Yo, we got a special guest today, not even gonna lie. Super Bowl champion, captain of the Buccaneers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We got Will Gholston, man. What's up, man?
How you doing, man?
I'm glad, man. I'm glad we got you on here, dog.
Glad to be on, man. Glad to be on.
Bro, appreciate you, man. We always start off Youngest in the Yacht Club with the first question. Who is Will Gholston?
Will Gholston is a father, entrepreneur, try to be stand-up guy.
You said father first. Mm-hmm. Family the most important thing to you?
It's nothing like being a dad. I got 3 little boys.
Wow. I got 4, man. Whew. You got all boys?
Boys.
Boy, fam. Yeah. Boy, dads, dog. Yeah. It's easy when it's like that. I feel like it's easier.
It is. I think when you want to change society, right?
Right.
You groom your young men to be the young men you want to be out there, and hopefully you get a domino effect.
Big facts.
That's what I'm trying to do, at least.
It's huge, man, because even when you're raising young men, I was raised by a single parent mom. Mm-hmm. I feel like, and people have their own things, but it's hard for a woman to teach a man how to be a man, you know? And so when you get boys, you can kind of love them a little bit different, right?
Yeah.
And so that's big, man. That's big that you said that, bro. Kind of hit me right there, dog. Yeah. What you said entrepreneur next. Mm-hmm. What does that mean?
I dabble in. I'm a football player as well, but I dabble outside of football. So I'm partnered in a few things. But as an entrepreneur, I feel like you need to diversify your money. Like,
absolutely.
If I got this big chunk and lump sum of money, I got to be able to create that generational wealth, that legacy. Make sure all my assets can feed into my trust. Youngest
in the Yacht Club, bro.
Yeah,
that's what that means, dog. Bro, you spitting game jewels right now. You know, it's important to kind of talk about that because you didn't even mention football player until now.
Yeah.
What like obviously football is something that you do, but being an athlete and then being an entrepreneur, right? Are you like, how did that? Well, let me scale this back, man. How did you come up? Like, where were you born? Where you from? Like,
born and raised Detroit.
Okay.
West side of Detroit I grew up on, but went to school on the east side of Detroit.
Okay.
Totally, like, 2 different dynamics. Even if you ride past, you can see the dynamic of an east side guy and a west side guy. So I got the best of both worlds when it came to that.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then, like, so you were, was it like the dynamic, was it like hood on one side and not hood on the other side? Or was it like they talk about Houston being the north and the south, right? It's just a different guy. You might get people with short hair. You might get people with braids on the other sides. Is that what
it's one big hood.
Okay.
For me, how I grew up,
right?
The west side where I grew up was the hood.
Uh-huh.
And the east side where I was at
was another hood.
It just was like a jungle over there.
Wow.
To me.
Right,
you know
for real.
I think I'll give you this one little story. I'm playing a game at Southeastern. I graduated from Southeastern. I went to quite a few schools, but I graduated from Southeastern. One of the first times I'm playing there, and I hear gunshots. I'm like, why are we playing the game?
In the game.
Playing the game. 5-5-5. Ain't nobody flinching. Everybody like, all right, yeah. I'm like, y'all don't hear that? We got a game. Come on, let's focus on the game. Another one, we had an all aluminum new stands on the there. Stands, all aluminum.
Yeah. I
promise you, we was gone for a couple of days or whatever. Come back, probably off like a spring break or something. Come back. The stands is gone.
They robbed us. They stole the stands?
Is gone.
Stole them?
At Southeastern. So
that's crazy. How do you take stands from the high school?
Bro, no, because you could junk them.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. But I ain't see nobody go. People rob tires. People rob copper.
The most resilient men and women come from Detroit, bro. They want it done. It's gonna
get done.
Yeah.
Detroit is coming up right now, man. Yeah. Detroit is popping right now. Yeah, it sounds like, and you got the Detroit accent still. So it's like, what have you seen? You know, you go home a lot.
To be real, no.
Okay.
I don't go home because when I go home, everybody that I know is still in the same place. Be it physically or mentally. So the guys that I do hang out, do kick it with, they are elevating themselves, but I just invite them down here.
Right.
It's sunshine.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Bro, that's good to know. What do they tell you stories like about like things coming up, like, or do you share, like, how's the dynamic between that? Because it sounds like you giving them opportunity. Like you said, the guys that you do hang around, you bring them down here, you show them something different that's probably different than what they're seeing. Do you hear the stories of Detroit coming up, or do you hear the stories of it being still reckless? Or
no, I mean, most of the I don't. It depends. It depends. If I talk to my cousins, like my cousin, I got a cousin that's like my best friend. I talk to him. He's still in the thick of it. So all his stories is different.
Right.
I think reality is perception based.
Exactly.
So if you feel like your world is one way, it's going to be that way.
Right.
And the other guys I talk to or try to keep myself around don't necessarily shift towards the negative part of it. They look at for the silver lining in it. That's
fire. That's fire. Well, bro, let's ask this. How did you end up knowing that you wanted to play football? Like you in the game, you hearing gunshots. The stands people can't even sit in the stands because they stole them. Like, what made you want to go and pursue football without all these distractions, man?
It wasn't a distraction. So that was just real life for me. Like if I told you like the true essence of how I grew up to other people, they're like, man, that's a hard story. I was talking to my man Speed the other day, and I was telling them just a segment of a part of my life that they didn't know. And it's like, dang, man, you went through all of that and you still persevered, but it wasn't necessarily persevering. Because
it was every day for you.
Yeah, it's just real life. If you take a caveman out the cave and put him in the jungle, is he going to still be a caveman or will he be a jungle man?
Damn.
That's how I think about life.
Damn.
So
that's fire, bro. That's a good way. You dropping gems, dog. You dropping gems. So where'd you go after high school? How did you end up? Did you end up going to college? What did that look like?
I went to Michigan State out of high school. I chose Michigan State because my grandma got sick and she passed away my freshman year.
Wow.
So luckily I was there I was there in the room when she passed away, all that. So
wow.
And I know I would have went crazy because I was either going to go to USC or Alabama. Those are my top. Well, I was going to go to Michigan first.
Yeah.
That didn't happen because of some weird coincidence. So I chose USC or Alabama. But then I went to Michigan State and I fell in love with the atmosphere in the campus. It's like it was a total and complete family. No matter who it was, strangers, not strangers, people that go there, professors, people just in the Lansing area, like everybody was warm and welcoming, and not just to me, because I would just go up there after school because it was like maybe 45, 50 minutes away. I would just drive up there and be on campus while I was still in high school, just watching and seeing how people worked.
Wow.
And that's what really made me fall in love with it.
How was it jumping from the game in high school to college? How was the transition for you?
I was a very ignorant and self-centered kid back in the day. I'm glad that I made it as far as I went because my mindset wasn't what it is now. If you talk to me back then, I watched the interview of myself when I was a kid, and I was like, dang, man, look at you little effing.
Different person, right?
Man, totally different. So I was so addicted to the game, didn't nothing else really matter. Nothing else mattered but the game for a while, even in my professional career.
Wow.
Till I became engulfed in being a dad. And I lost my dad. And I'm like, dang, so this is what it's like. Do I want my kids to feel like this? How do I want them to be? And I feel like that really helped me evolve into the man that I am.
That's amazing, bro. That's dope. And I want to touch, I know people, they going to want to see, they going to want to know the transition. I want to get to those things, man, because people think that it's just about football, right? They look at you as an athlete and they kind of think that that's all it's about. And I want to make sure that we touch the Will Gholston as a person, you know what I'm saying? Like those things. So when you, quickly just to get out of that part, how did you know you had a chance to make it in the NFL?
If you asked me when I was younger, it was no other
option.
No, I remember my coach, not even my coach, my teacher, Mr. Johnson, 7th grade, Halley Magnet Middle School. He was like, you better study. If you don't study, you ain't going to college. You ain't going to be able to do nothing. And I said, man, I don't care about this school. I'm going to the NFL. Nothing else matter.
Sick.
Promise you. That's exactly word for word what I said. I remember somebody else reminded me. It was a lady. She's a young lady now.
Right.
Anisha told me. She was like, yeah, I remember when you said that to me. Because I thought I was just tripping, thinking to myself, like, maybe I said that. No, she solidified it. Said, no, you said it. So I was an ill little kid, man.
Yeah. No, you would just focus on it. That was the dream, and you made that happen. You manifested.
Yeah, bro. There was nothing else for me to do.
Did you, like, what, like, do you remember a time in college that you started seeing that the scouts were coming, they were watching you? It just happened? What were the accolades that showed you like, hey, look, man, I'm making it? Like, because you played defensive.
I played defensive. I went to college to play outside linebacker.
Okay.
I was told I was playing outside linebacker.
Right.
They gave me a couple months at it, let me get my feet wet, to appease me, I guess.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I put on, I think I came to school about 215, 220. Before the season started, I was 275.
Damn.
Yeah.
You were big.
I had mandatory training table, bro. Like, they made me eat, work out. It was crazy. I was a knucklehead, though.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody who mentored me at Michigan State, by the way, because
you was wilding.
I was wilding. I can't even tell you to have the stuff that I did.
Yeah.
I was not a good role model.
Damn.
Yeah, I was off burst, bro.
Damn, man. Well, I'm glad we got the good Will Gholston today. Yo, so what was it like your last game at Michigan State? What was it like? What was the last game at Michigan State? How did you guys finish out the season? And then what was your mindset going into the league?
It was the Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl in Tempe, Arizona. And my mom actually won a sweepstakes beginning of the season to pick any bowl game that she wanted to go to. She like, for real deal. I thought she was lying. I thought somebody, kicked out their pockets, but she showed me the whole thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, my mom was there at the last game. We played, who did we play? TCU. I was the defensive player of the game.
5.
And at the end of the game, we was on stage. I remember Le'Veon was offensive player of the game, and I was like, yo, we got to run this back next year. I'll see y'all again next season, And I was wholeheartedly ready to do that, but I had my son. My oldest son.
Wow.
He was born that year.
Your junior year?
Yeah,
wow.
My junior year. So the year I got drafted, he turned 1. So every year that I play will be the year that he has been born or been alive. So I had him. And
wow.
Diapers wasn't cheap for a kid because I used to live in my car. I was homeless.
Damn.
So I ain't really had nowhere.
During college too?
From high school.
High school to college. Yo, that's crazy.
So I got drafted.
Right.
Keep it a bill.
Damn.
But yeah, so it wasn't.
It wasn't easy. You need to go get it.
I had to get some money.
Legit.
Yeah, legit. I could have got some money.
You from Detroit.
Could have got some
you out
money. I wanted to get,
Yeah.
I wanted to do it the right way.
That's awesome, man. So you decide, okay, hey, Le'Veon, I'll see you. See you in the league.
The team, I'm on the plane thinking it too because I'm talking to Coach D'Antonio. I'm like, yo, Coach. As the endorphins go down, the adrenaline's going, like, reality's hit.
Yeah.
I got a fucking kid at home. So I was talking to Coach Antonio on the plane. He was like, well, if you're not sure, because I wasn't, you should just enter the supplemental draft. You know what I'm saying? That way you can continue to build your credits and continue to go to school. But as I said, I was only driven with football when I was at school, so it would have been a whole lot harder for me to graduate,
for sure,
play, be consistent, try to be a dad.
Too much on your plate.
It was so much. And then every time we had a bowl game, I always balled because all I had to do was play football. We really didn't have no class. It was only football. And I was like, transition to the league, that's what it'll be.
That was easy.
It was not. It was not.
How did that feel? When you got drafted, you finally got the check, right? How, you feel good? What round did you get drafted? What number? What?
4th round, 126 pick. Got drafted, and it was a lot of guys that I remember going in front of me. I was like, dang. I kind of squandered a lot of stuff, too. I didn't take just to keep it real, I didn't take the process as serious as I should have. I didn't know the magnitude of, like, being able to have that shield on your chest and the name on your back that you're carrying. I didn't know what those things meant until I got in the league and until I saw real pros. My agent and everybody else gave me the keys, you know what I'm saying? But as a man, you a man now. You better drive the car how you got to drive it. But I didn't.
Yeah, you was slipping and sliding.
Yeah. At rest stops,
right.
Checking out the scenery, like,
Right.
Just stuff I'd never seen or experienced. Telling you, I'm homeless.
Right.
I'm traveling. I'm Arizona. I'll train in Arizona, train in Atlanta. I've been training back and forth all these places, you know what I'm saying? Seeing women I've never seen, seeing parties I've never seen. So I just wasn't as focused as I needed to be. But it was a wake-up call. I think it helped me be player I am, the man that I am, for sure.
I asked another NFL player this, and what was the wake-up call on the field where you realized, oh, shit, I got to get it together?
Oh no, my wake up call is my rookie year. I made the roster. I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'm about to play. No, I didn't dress till the 8th game.
Damn.
And I practiced. I was doing what we would call practice squad reps, second team reps, and then when the first team guy get tired, I got to get in there for him too. So I'm taking all of these reps, and sometimes I would ask an older guy what the play was, and they didn't necessarily tell me exactly what I had to do, you know what I'm saying? So I couldn't rely on them. So I had to become a student of the game to a different level. That happened. It helped me. I played by the 8th game. And then I was already built for, shit, I can play a whole game right now. I'm doing it in practice because I'm not just defense, it's special teams. Everything you could do,
You was doing.
I was on kickoff, kick return, punt return, everything. So, I don't know.
Just kind of going through it to that point, like getting that slap in the face, like, yo, this is not college.
You ain't the man no more, bro. You got to earn this. You got to solidify yourself. And I think that is why, truly, I never really tried to be like, I ain't really tried to be the man. I tried to make sure I executed at a high level and did my job every day. Because when the tape turn on and you go between the white lines, it's like filling out a resume. It's a daily resume. So,
And the tape is always on. Practice, game.
Walking through the hallway. There's cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
The tape is on. So you got to exemplify a pro. Be a pro. I remember I used to hear a lot, be a pro, be a pro. Don't know what the hell a pro is. It's because, like I said, some of the role models that I looked at first, they weren't the guys I gravitated to. I gravitated to people like me. And how I wasn't necessarily what I needed to be. So then I get around good mentors like Jerry McCoy, great mentor. Levante, good guy, great mentor. But the guy who really helped me transition into being a pro and a man, Clinton McDonald and Michael Johnson.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, those guys really took me under their wing and really told me what it was and how it was and showed me how to work. Like them guys worked.
They held you accountable too?
For sure. We held so you think about and how I would put it, if you are competing at the highest level and you want my job and I want to keep my job, or you got the job I want, I got to take your job. To be able to compete at that high level and give everything you got every single day and also still be able to be friends and sharpen each other's blades, that is the epitome of what a man is in my book. Like, I know we want the same thing.
Right.
The harder I go, the harder you go. So that's the better you be. The better you are, the better I am. So the better the team will be. That's the mindset that I learned being with Michael Johnson and Clint McDonald.
And still be able to rock with you.
No doubt.
Because we teammates.
Easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I got my skin crawling. Like I'm talking about dark alley. I gotta call somebody. Hey, bro, I need you to walk with me. If you gonna walk with me, they know I'm gonna walk with them.
That's fire, bro. Yeah. That's fire. You know, I gotta ask you because it's important, man. You work your career. You start making moves, right? You start elevating. You start getting the opportunity to get in the games now. Start playing. How long was it before you started playing and then you got like the game speed, right? And then realized, okay, now we got to take it up a notch to get to that like championship speed. Like how did those jumps, what was that like?
To be honest, and I can break it down kind of easy. So when you get into the league, you used to college speed, then you get to that training camp. Training camp is just to adjust you to just get ready for a speed.
Right.
You get to preseason. Preseason is just you just turn it down a little bit more. Preseason, you go to regular season, turn it up a little bit more. You get to postseason, turn it up. Then you get to the Super Bowl where it's max full blast, speakers might blow.
Yo, anything can
happen.
You start seeing. I noticed this because that playoff, you might go home. Guys are throwing their bodies out there.
Easily. I'm doing that just regular season on. I'm giving you because any play can be a last play. I remember we was playing the Saints when it was a Superdome before it was still Mercedes-Benz.
Right.
I freak accident, not even nothing. I just barely hit somebody's helmet head to head. Boom. Legs shut down. I tore a ligament in my neck.
Wow.
I couldn't feel my legs. I'm on the field like, damn, what the? They talking to me. I'm like, yo, I do not feel this. And then they said, just relax. I relaxed, stretched my legs out. Then I felt like, if you sat on your hands, that little pins and needles.
Yeah, yeah.
I felt that. Like, oh, okay, I can feel something. And I got carted off the field.
Damn.
So I'm like, before that, I was giving everything I got. But after that, like, any play, you out there, you got to give it 100%. You gave this my dream. You give everything you got. Every play, you got nothing to worry about. You be immortalized in the game. How I like to say it.
You'll be immortalized, but damn, that's a good way to put it, man. 'Cause obviously, you're playing and you're getting later on in the career, right? Mm-hmm. How was it to win a Super Bowl?
It was crazy, man. I remember winning. There's a flash on the field. Flash of Alex waking me up in the locker room. I'm holding all my equipment bag like this in the locker room with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in my hand. I was like, yo, the last bus? I said, the last bus? Where everybody go? I get on the bus. Don't know how I got on the bus. Boom. Another flash. I'm at a party. The Migos is on the stage. I'm on the stage with them. I'm talking to my OG. He's sitting right here. Boom. Blacked out. Woo, I'm on the boat. Damn, how the hell we get to this boat? Next thing I know, it's TV cameras down there and reporters. I'm like, bro, I'm fried.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of guys fried.
That was the whole Gronk with the...
Oh, we was a... When I tell you that was the best time of everybody had a time of their life, man.
Yeah.
It was... Some guys got magnifying glasses on them because, they at that elite status.
Right.
So they were seen.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, it was some people that wasn't seen.
That was out there wild.
Out there wild.
That's crazy.
It was time, bro.
Did you guys feel like... So, like, how was the energy in the locker room when you guys, like, did you guys just know you guys, like, were that good?
We were, me and Nacho, he's Rakeem Nunez Roches, he played for the Giants now. Me and Nacho working at the Trench Academy. And he looking at me, I'm looking at him like, dang, we just got Brady. And then, like, yeah, we just got Brady. And I want to take from that day, the workout and intensity level that we started training at, because we didn't want to be the reason. Like, I'm not about to be the reason we fucking lose. Right. We got this elite caliber quarterback, and I feel like that trickled down into everybody.
Wow.
So, and then it just stuck. So playing with him was a blessing. So the level you need to train at. The level of maturity you need to be to win a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. The guys who were in the locker room at that time, they understood it. Some guys were young, so now it's time for them to pass that on, get that knowledge away. Mm-hmm. So everybody else, they might learn from you playing, or they could learn from you just speaking it. But it was crazy.
It was top of the line. I gotta ask you a question, bro, and you could choose not to answer it if you want to. The AB being in the locker room, mm-hmm. How was that? Because he gets the rap for being controversial, right?
I think everybody sees a different version of him, to be honest with you. The version that I know, he's a fucking super intelligent guy, man.
He from Michigan too, ain't? Oh no, he from Miami.
Miami, but he went to Central Michigan. But
yeah,
he one of the most down to earth people that I've ever met. I've never seen him, you know what I'm saying, how everybody else sees him.
Right. When he walked off the field, I know.
I thought he was going to the bathroom, bro. I promise. I'm like, dang, maybe his stomach hurt. You got to go take a dude.
With
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I've been there, bro. My stomach been hurting a couple times, and it's like,
yeah,
hey, coach, I got to go.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought.
Yeah.
To hear everything, I know how it went down, but,
you guys won that. That was
against the Jets.
Yeah.
We won that.
You guys won that game.
Yeah. But, it was crazy. It was a crazy situation, man. I feel like the playoffs would have been a little bit different if we had him, because there was a lot of guys hurt, and he would have been who he is all the time. Mm-hmm. So as an athlete, no, as I say, like, to me, he's in my personal opinion, from the guy that I met, the guy that I practiced with, the guy that I bled with, he's definitely a well-rounded, respectable dude. Now,
yeah.
What everybody else get, that's what they get. But what I know is what I know.
That's fine. Yeah, bro, I love the way that you said that, because people do, like, what you see in the media, people love to run with that. So that's why I want to ask that. I'm personally a fan. One of my biggest things that I do want to I want to get to, man. You just signed another year with the Bucks, just recently, man. Congratulations on that. You know what I'm saying? I want to ask you, man, like, so you're getting later on in your career, and this is the transitional moment for, you know, the family, for the businesses. What's, you know, what is it for William Gholston? Like, what do you want to be known for? And, like, where do you see yourself being, like, after football?
I kind of just want to be known for what I assume I'm known for now. I just want to be known as a good dude. Like, because, like, growing up not having nothing, I know what it's like to not have anything. I know it's not fun, but I know you can still survive. So the material stuff will come and go, just like the way you look will come and go. But who I am, I think that'll speak volumes on, you know, what I want to be. The man that I leave, the legacy I leave, everything that y'all see when I'm gone, what y'all read about, what everybody say, that really matters the most for me. I don't really care about nothing else.
That's amazing, bro. That's big, man. And, you know, it'll give you time, you know, with your sons and with your family. Do you look forward to that? Like, obviously, no. Because you're still in the game, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think about it like that. Like, I want to say for the last year, I was like, all right, I'm done with football. I'm okay with being done with football. I'm okay. Started coaching. I've been coaching with the West Chase Colts.
Oh, wow.
I'm doing pretty good.
Congrats.
Coaching my son, actually, which is
work.
I don't know how my dad did it. I know, but it is work, but it is fun. It's a way to stay into the game. I got 2 other little boys that's looking up to me. So to see them every single day and listen to them try to break everything in the house that I bought, it's
frustrating sometimes.
Man, you should know.
I know, man. Bro, listen, my wife, she gets mad at me, man, because I'm like, hey, did you do your chores yet? Hey, man, what? Make your bed. Did you brush your teeth?
I just dropped my middle son off, and bro, I walk in the house, I'm like, why is it a sandwich it's a room where you don't eat in? Because, you know, there's so many rooms you can eat in. I look down and I see a plate just on this nicely purchased couch. I'm looking at it. Before I even dipped to come here, I'm like, nah, I'm just going to wait to say something when I come. Hopefully, when I come back.
It ain't there, right.
That'll be the best. I know it's going to be. It's probably going to be more there. So
you get it. You get it, man.
Yeah, man.
That's I get it all the time. My wife's like, you gotta just take it easy. I'm like, man, you show you want to treat our kids like, you know, with love, right? I want to treat our kids the way the world is going to treat them.
That's huge, man.
Because if they're not prepared, bro, they're going to be in trouble. And that's how I look at it. And I feel like that opens their eyes. Like, okay, when they're in that situation, because I believe in this. I read this book, man. It's called Above the Line, Lessons in Leadership. And they say you don't rise to the level of your competition. You rise to the level of your training. You know what I'm saying? When the shit hit the fan, you ain't going to rise up. If you wasn't trained to do it, you going to...
Bullets coming. He's real.
Yeah, and so you got to get them prepared for those moments, because if not, you know, when it's not going good, they not going to know how to react. And that's where, you know, they're going to learn the most. So if they already see it, I'm glad that we agree on something.
Hey,
and I'm glad she's here. Jenny?
I'm gonna leave with this little piece because the way that I grew up, like I say, I grew up with nothing. Like, literally, well, I had stuff to a certain point. My dad changed his life, and then our whole life shifted. If you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, legit.
Yeah, so our whole life shifted when he changed his life. So I'm going from having everything I wanted to having sandwiches with sugar and butter on it. You know what I'm saying? So to be able to appreciate life with nothing at all, when you get stuff, you're gonna be happy. It's gonna fill you up a little bit, but at the end of the day, those bullet points you built up when you was a kid, those little games you played of not having anything, when everything gets taken away, you know what you got to do. So that, like you just said, if you ain't taught when you're trained, for me, that's my training. Yeah. End of the day, in the back of my head, I'm like, man, if I lose it all,
I could always, I can get it.
I'm gonna get it back, but I know I'm not gonna be like, oh man, I got to jump off a building. Right. But I can understand how some people never not had nothing.
Right.
To have totally nothing.
Yeah.
To be hungry for weeks and days.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I look at it like I always say, man, if it's like, yo, when I had nothing, it's good, but as long as there's air in me, I'm like a basketball. I'll bounce back 3 times as hard, bro. Like but it hurts to hit the ground. Yeah. And you got to be okay. You got to be okay with that. Will, man, I appreciate you, man. Look, man, I definitely want to ask, 2 more questions. Number 1, if you could go back to your younger self, what advice would you give?
First thing I would say is I would give myself a hug and tell myself that I'm enough. I am enough, and love yourself. That's it. Nothing else.
That's fire, bro.
Wouldn't change nothing. I would just say you are enough. Remember that, and love yourself. That's
amazing, bro, and that's big, man. And nobody's ever said that. Second thing, man, is obviously they see when we're youngest in the yacht club, they see the yachts, they see the Super Bowls, they see the rings, they see the stuff, but they don't actually see the work that goes into it. If somebody who wanted to play football or wanted to be an entrepreneur, just wanted to do anything, kind of like follow kind of like your footsteps, what advice would you give them?
You got to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And when I say that, you got to be able to give a hell of a sacrifice to be successful. You got to, if it's football, which I know you have to be able to give up, is you got to be able to give up your friends, give up your time, give up your family, holidays, some of the most important things you may think that you need. You got to be able to let it go. And not only let it go and keep your butt pushing forward. And for entrepreneurship, there's a level of sacrifice that goes into that as well. And for me, my opinion on it is if you get into it just to get rich right now, you'll never be satisfied, and not necessarily satisfied with your level of success or anything like that. You won't be satisfied with anything that you do. So if you don't put a goal in front of you, I say, what was I taught? I was taught the 3-month goal, the seasonal goal, the yearly goal, 3-year goal, 5-year goal, 15-year goal.
Preach, bro.
If you can't put those goals in order, and you might not see them all, but you got to chip away at something. If you're just working blindly, you ain't going to never, like I said, be a pothole. Shit just going to run right there.
That's crazy, bro. Bro, that's amazing, bro. Bro, Will, where can you tell, where can the people kind of follow you, your career, the things that they're going, just you as a person? You available on social media? What it look like?
Yeah, I am. I might not follow you back, or I might follow you and unfollow you, depending on what content I'm trying to consume or not. But
for real,
if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's just my name, William Gholston. Twitter, it's Will_Gholston 2. It might be William. I don't know. I got a TikTok somewhere out there too, and a Snapchat. But you kind of can just talk to. If you see me out there, you can talk to me, holler at me. I like to give the respect I receive, just to let you know. So yeah, I'm available. If you see me, I can definitely talk to you.
I appreciate you being on the show, bro. Thanks for coming, dog. We made it happen, bro.
No doubt, man.
Thank you, my G.
Oh, yeah.